Okay, let's do another one. Playing Dylan UIM. Played twice before. I'm gonna keep it up. Maybe we'll have another Stafford. Had one Stafford Gambit this stream at the Bishop D3 game. Okay, Stafford Gambit time. Now this is risky because my opponent's higher rated than my other opponents, and it's a 10-minute game. And my opponent's playing quickly, so they probably know kind of what to do. But I'm hopefully not afraid. Yeah, they're playing the so-called refutation line. But I'm playing the so-called magical line. Wow, F3. So a lot of people are recommending bishop F3 these days. So yeah, F3, H4, and I mean the engine will give like +4 or 5 in white's favor, which is a little bit concerning for black. Okay, I know bishop F4 is a good move. Or is it? Wait, let's play this and see what happens. It's probably a good move. The goal in this position is to make things wild and create like enough chaos so that white eventually goes wrong. There's a funny line, knight e3, queen d3, bishop d4, pawn d4, queen d4, oh no my queen, and then I fork and win the d4 pawn. The problem is I'm down a piece, and white probably has bishop c7 in the end. I know I've had this position before too, and I don't remember the analysis. There's another idea to play this move, this move. Hmm.
Hey buddy, love our videos, you are a really smart person, oh yak whack.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. Quack back. I have knight h2. Funny move. I don't think it works though. No, knight h2 doesn't work at all. I think knight e3 is a way to go. We'll see what happens from here. Thank you, McBananas. And Rayeho, welcome back. Yeah, I'm probably losing this or this at some point. I'm also realizing in that line I was calculating. So queen d3 takes knight c2. If the king moves this way, I take, and if takes, I trap the rook in the end. The problem is king d2. This should be very similar. So can I work any magic with knight g2? Probably not.
I'm starting to play around with the Lichess API, and apparently the recommended Python project for interacting with Lichess is called Berserk. I guess I figured you should know
Cool.
that.
That's good to know. Thanks for sharing, Evanism. Okay, so knight g2, king f2 is kind of a problem. And if I save the bishop, king takes, I'm looking at the line c, or maybe bishop h3 first. King has to move here and then c5. Maybe that's the way to go. Oh no, my knight. C5 is actually a typical resource in the Stafford to try and break apart the solid center. Yeah, I'll start with this. I want to provoke the king back to f2, so there's no bishop f2. I was just looking at a funny line. King f2, c5, bishop e5, queen g6, rook g1, and then I take and say, oh no, my queen. And I take here and win the white queen. And if queen e3, I take, and then take on b2, and then win the rook, and make my queen reborn. I would still lose it, but I would win material in that line. So white has two legal moves. King g1 and king f2. King g1. So I guess white wants to play bishop f2. Just defend. I just want to pressure the pawn. Ready to castle. Pin the pawn, etc. I mean, there's another funny line here. e5 and then, oh no, my queen. Does that work? I think that would be playable. The king's a little bit awkward on g1 now because it's blocking in the rook. Maybe more like hugging the rook. And if I can just open up the diagonal, all I need to do is remove this, this, and this, and it's mate. Easier said than done. Okay, well now I'll take. I don't see how white defends now. Because the diagonal is guaranteed to open. If bishop f2... Also, I should note earlier, if white had played bishop f2, I would have been mating by force. And the idea is still here to play queen g6. Oh, f3 was also hanging, but yeah, it's more important to open the diagonal. I think this will be an interesting game to analyze, because it felt like I should have just been down a piece, but somehow the counterplay was pretty rapid. I'm looking for other ways for white to defend. I think it's too late. e5, I take, take and attack everything. And if bishop h3, I take, queen f2, I take, and then eventually I'll have two queens. Question from Sanjay. Instead of bishop f1, what about bishop e5? Yeah, bishop e5, I would have considered this move. Or queen g6 first. Again, we can analyze after the game. As guaranteed to do things. I think I'll just leave the queen pinned. Because if I take, white connects the rooks faster. And it's slightly cruel and unusual. But it's also cool and unusual. So I'm winning the queen while making a new queen. And I'll take with check. If bishop f2, I swing back with check. Oh, this bishop's hanging too. Okay. Oh, this is pleasant. I want to see how quickly I can checkmate with two queens. Because usually two queens are good at checkmating. But white has a lot of things defending. I'll start with this. Because free food. Rook d1 coming. I can still legally castle both ways. Except not this way yet, because Bishop covers c8. Wow, bishop e1. Okay, so I'm trying to win more material. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Swift Tiggle.
Say my name.
I just did. I beat you to it. Queen a6. Swinging all the way back. I really wanted to set up queenside castling, but let's not fool around. Got the queen battery aimed at the king. Queen batteries are pretty rare. Thanks for the game. Yeah, my opponent actually like played a really probably challenging line. And the mistake was... What was white's mistake? It may have been king g1. King g1, the position already like became a bit difficult. Although maybe there was bishop e5. Bishop f1 was definitely not the move to play. Okay, let's try and learn a thing or two. Oh, white's still winning here, according to the engine. But this is how the Stafford goes. Like, you try and put on so much pressure that the opponent has to play very accurately. Thank you, Crosby87 Goat. Gifting 3. So... Wow, +5. Yeah, king f2 is a bit better. So what's the valuation? I'm just curious. Bishop f4, it's... yeah, engine gives +3. My opponent was prepared. Oh, I've had this position 4 times in the past. Oh, once against the same opponent. We played in November. We played 2 months ago? What date did we play? Whoa. Cool graph. We played November 14th. Where was I November 14th? I guess that was before Dubai.
You mentioned good habits earlier. What are your thoughts on alcohol and chess performance? Do you know any GMs that drink daily?
I'm definitely not the person to ask when it comes to that. I can address like tea and chess performance. A tea helps me stay calm. Also helps me like stay awake. If I want like black tea or green tea. But yeah, you might have to ask someone else who has more experience. But yeah, generally, yeah, you, like health, diet, sleep, exercise, they're all intertwined in allowing you to play better chess. Because a big part of playing good chess is finding like your peak mental form. And for a lot of players, on good days, players will play like 200 or 300 points above their actual strength. And on bad days, they'll play like a few hundred points below their strength. So it's about finding ways to kind of find your peak mental form. Imagine, yeah, tea is probably a better choice than other beverages. Okay, so this is a game that we played 2 months ago. We went into the same line. Ah, this game I took on d4. I missed knight c2. Did I pre-move that? I did. Oh, that's so funny. I wonder if I have a clip of that game. So I'll go for this line. Oh, queen. Oh, I pre-moved the wrong thing. I was not expecting queen d4. I just had knight c2 winning on the spot. I think I remember this moment where I was expecting this, so I pre-moved queen d4, and my opponent took with the queen. But the point, yeah, so the point is after here, trade. This is what I was calculating originally. But, yeah, we didn't go into that, at least in the game that we just played. If we did, I think white is doing just quite well. Win c7, up a piece. So somehow I've still won this game though. Because I won the rook and then... Yeah, I have a vague memory of this game. I don't think it made its way to YouTube though. Oh, this game was from the Grandmaster Gari arena. Grandmaster Gari ran like the themed tournament. I have to put that on YouTube.